Hey, welcome to Fun and Entertainment with T. I am your host, Tanya. Tonight we are making it back to Saturday, guys. Listen, I hope everybody has enjoyed their week so far. We are already getting into the last week of August, guys. That's right. Let's give it up. That's right. One more weekend, it'll be September. I'm telling you, this month is almost over. All right. But listen, this is our new channel. And we decided again on Thursday that we were going to separate the sports and politics with T and leave that with politics and sports. And then we're going to do a separate channel, which is this channel, the Fun and Entertainment channel, where we talk about dating, we talk about entertainment news, and anything related to fun. This is going down on this particular channel. So I hope everybody enjoy the new format and enjoy the new channel as well. That way you have more options to choose. If you decide you want to do sports and politics, you can go to my other channel. Or if you like the entertainment and the fun stuff, this is going to be on this channel, Fun and Entertainment with T. All right. But yes, we've made it back to Saturday. Tonight, we are going to talk about the 5 signs of someone playing hard to get, or the 5 signs that someone is just not interested. All right. We've gotten a lot of emails, a lot of people saying, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to understand what I need to do. Trust me, this is going to be very easy. Okay. This is not going to take long to break down. This is going to help some people out there to understand the dating world, and some people that's maybe getting mixed messages or whatever, mixed signals. We are going to break that down tonight on this channel. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is, how can you tell, or what are the 5 signs that someone is playing hard to get? Okay. So let's get going. And once this is over, we will break this down after it's complete.
Is she playing hard to get, or is she just not into you? Women and their mysterious ways can be hard to read. In this video, we break it all down for you. Here are 5 signs she's playing hard to get. Number 1. She says she might be busy. If a woman keeps saying no to your invitations to hang out, making it abundantly clear that her calendar is booked for the foreseeable future, take that as a sign she's not interested and back off. However, if your requests to hang out are frequently met with maybe or I'll see what I can do, she's likely playing hard to get. Playing hard to get is all about making yourself seem desirable.
All right, so let's break down the first thing. Okay, as women, we do have a busy schedule for the most part. Okay, however, when we really like someone, we make time. Okay, so whenever you see that you're asking someone out, and let's say they are busy, okay, they may be busy the first few times, but if it's a constant thing, then that's when you do need to back off. However, this time when you're playing hard to get, as women, what we typically do is we keep the door open just long enough, just cracked open just enough, because we're trying to gauge the interest. We're trying to see how bad do they want it. Okay. Are they going to really play hard to get? Okay. See, some people read it as playing hard to get. I read it as you have to play hard to get. Okay. It's a whole different connotation when you look at it that way. All right. So again, yes, we could be busy, right? However, typically we will have a little slot in our time frame when we are interested in someone. Okay, so take that in mind. Okay, and I'm talking to the men and women out here. Listen, if a person is not responding, okay, you don't give up on the first go round. All right, it just means that they're just busy. But the goal is, how frequent is it? Is it every time you ask? Have you tried a couple times? And if you've tried multiple times, at least 2 to 3 times, and they still are busy, there is no interest there. Okay. The goal is, like I said, we always make time for the one that we like. Okay. So let's go on to number 2, and we're going to break that topic down.
And having a party to attend every night does just that. Number 2. She tries to get your attention, but not your compliments. Is the girl of your dreams always talking about some big promotion she got at work or the amazing concert she went to over the weekend? If so, she may be playing hard to get. When playing hard to get, many women try to make themselves appear interesting and cool, but without making themselves seem like they're overtly seeking flattery. Number 3.
Now, that is true. As women, we do love compliments, okay? However, there's a fine line between all of that, and it's like I said, it's all on the interest level, okay? You have to kind of see uh what this person is after, maybe she just came out of a bad relationship, maybe she's or he's not interested just because he just really don't have the time, that's where you have to look at everything as a whole. All right, so anyway, let's keep going.
3. She takes her time texting back. So, you thought this woman was interested in you, but it takes her 3 days to respond to your texts. If she's taking her sweet time to get back to you, it's one of the biggest signs for how to tell if a girl is playing hard to get. Playing hard to get often means making the other person wait, even when it personally pains you to do so.
Now that is true. However, sometimes, you don't want to appear too eager either. As ladies, we like to, we a lot of times we do have a busy schedule, and that's the thing. However, there are times when you're playing hard to get. It's almost like, well, you know what? Let me just see how much are they going to call? How long are they going to call? Okay, are they going to give up on the first go round? I don't want that type of person. I want somebody that's going to be persistent, someone that's going to continue to keep going on and on and on, because that lets me know they are interested. All right. Now, taking your time texting back, I'm the same way. I don't just get back to people just like that. I mean, because like my schedule, I work 8 to 5 every day, so unless I have my phone right there, which a lot of times I don't even be looking at my phone. So, I'm busy and preoccupied with other stuff. And, and if you have a busy schedule throughout the day, then, sometimes it would be some time for you to respond. However, depending on what you do, hey, everybody's just not going to respond right away. But the key factor is eventually you will respond if we're playing hard to get. Okay. If we're playing hard to get, we're going to respond. We're going to give you that signal that you can keep going forward. All right. But if there is no response and you've texted and texted and you've called a few times and no response, no response, again, no interest. All right. Take it with a grain of salt and move forward, because this is the thing. The more energy you put into texting and emailing someone, the you may be missing out on someone that really is interested. And because your devotion and energy is on that person that's not showing any interest, you're missing out on someone that may be open to it. So that's what I say. Take heed to the signs. It may hurt a little bit, but I would rather know early, right? Than to be, long term with someone and they just never was interested. So at least they're telling you up front, hey, I'm not interested. Okay. However, like I said, if we are responding, let's say, you texted and that person responds within a couple days. Okay, that's pretty reasonable, right? Even a week, maybe some things happen. They just couldn't get. However, as women, we will respond. Like I said, if we're interested, we will make the time. And even men, we will make the time and we will text back. All right. All right. So let's get on to the next one.
Number 4. She takes playful jabs at you. While you should probably steer clear of anyone who's eager to outright insult you, a few playful barbs when you're talking to her might be a good sign. If she's playing hard to get, she's trying to make herself not seem too eager, hence the occasional ribbing.
Now, didn't I just say you don't want to appear too eager? I am sorry, I had to interject for a second. I had to interject just for a second because, listen, we have a life too. Okay. You don't want to appear like you don't have nothing to do and you're just by the phone 24/7, 7 days a week. Okay. Nothing to do, nothing occupying your time. And even if you didn't have any of that, it's just the mere fact that there's got to be a level of poise. Okay. There's got to be a level of confidence. Okay. On both sides. The person that's pursuing should have enough level of confidence and poise to say, hey, if it's meant to be, it'll be. But the person that's on the recipient end, right, will say, you know what? I like this person. I'm not going to respond right now, but eventually I will because I don't want them to not continue to keep chasing. So, but again, when you're playing hard to get, you're leaving the door just open enough, just cracked open enough for that person to continue to keep chasing you and to see the interest level, okay, that they have for you. But again, playing playful jabs, you know, a lot of times, especially if you tell jokes. Let's say you're with somebody that's real, real funny, right? And you see that they are very charismatic. They love to tell jokes. They love to just everything about them is just fun, right? You love their energy. You love how they just make you feel. You love how they talk to you. And let's say they tell jokes. As women, we like to play back, you know, and that's the thing. It's called mirroring. You give what you receive. So it's basically like it's like a compliment. If you say a joke, then that person may say the joke right back, just as funny, to show number one that we're listening to you because we heard the joke from you, but also we're mirroring it back to you. Because we enjoy you. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is really, really important. I like this. Um, it's very, very interesting when you really think about it, because also it also tells that person that told the joke, oh wow, she remembered. Oh, or he remembered. This is this and that and this and that and this and that. This is a key factor of nonverbal communication. Okay. So anyway, let's get on with the next one.
In fact, research suggests that we're generally pretty bad at telling when people like us, so don't immediately mistake those flirtatious jabs for disinterest. Number 5. She looks away when you're talking. It's not easy to stare into the eyes of someone you're into and not want more. If every look from you is met with her casting her glance downward, that might be a sign she's playing hard to get. Of course, if you look at her, she sees it and abruptly runs away. Don't take that as a good sign. Do you agree with our picks?
Now, let me say something about eye contact. That is very true. Usually, when you're attracted to someone, you can kind of gauge the energy, the charisma, or the energy between each other. And sometimes it is hard to make eye contact with somebody that you're attracted to, or if that person is very, very shy. Um, if they're just not a person that's very confident, or let's say they're confident, but they're just really shy around people, they may like you, but they just can't hold that eye contact because of the way they feel. Some people take it as, when you're not looking at them, that you're not interested, when in fact, it could be the other way around. So, sometimes it is hard to detect. It is hard to kind of uh, gauge and say, you know what, this person never looks at me when I'm talking to them, or they walk away really fast, or they excuse themselves. Sometimes that is disinterest, but a lot of time it's nervousness too. A person that's really nervous around you, they get sweaty, or they can't hold eye contact, things like that. All of that, trust me, if you see those signs, you know for a fact that that person is into you, but they are trying to maintain the poise of playing hard to get. So let's give it up for a second. Yeah, Yes. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is when a person is just not interested altogether. We talked about not playing or just playing hard to get, but what about when a person is just not interested at all? Okay, I'm gonna give you my 5 signs, and this is my opinion on this, but I really think it's facts too. The first thing that you have to look at is, are they initiating any interest with you? Are they trying to get with you? Or if you've asked them, out, or you want to do things together, are they including you in events? Are they you know do you see any interest as far as them being with you in close proximity? If you never see them initiate anything, right? Or if you initiate something back to them and they just don't respond, number one, that is no interest. Okay. Yes, that is no interest. You don't want to waste your time. Okay. My rule of thumb, and I always say 3 times, 3 strikes, you're out. So I mean, not to say in a bad way, but 3 strikes as far as you don't want to continue to keep pestering, because that's what it would be in that sense. When you see that there is no reciprocation, okay. If you're calling and they don't call back, okay. The first time, like I say, they could be just busy. The second time, like I say, you call, you leave a voicemail that time. If they don't respond after that second time, then you know that that's not a good sign. Okay. Because number one, they have a missed call. Now they got a voicemail from you. And now when you try that third time, again, no reciprocation back, that's a dead end. Okay. Don't don't, engage. You know what? Just don't even engage. Okay? Don't even engage. Don't waste your energy on it. Just say, you know what? That's okay. Because you want to find the one that's meant for you. You don't want to not waste your energy on it, but you don't want to continue to put your energy on someone that may or may not be interested. Okay. Now, the second sign would be that they come up with excuses. Let's say you had a date plan, right? Let's say you've had it maybe 2 times, and both times they canceled on you. Okay. Now, they've known about this in advance. It wasn't a last minute thing. They've had time to make arrangements and all this and that. And for some reason, every time you try to get together, something happens. That's not a good sign. No, that's not a good sign. You don't want to cancel on anyone, especially someone that you're trying to get to know or trying to build something with. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You want to always take that as to pause, regroup, and redirect. Okay. Because again, that first time, hey, things happen. Emergencies happens, right? Like I said, even with the first phone call, okay, people just are just busy, just busy. But after about that second and third time, that's when you need to say, okay, stop. Because again, they are showing you no interest, no no regard to how you're feeling at this point. Okay. So when you see that, that's an indication that you do need to move forward and move on. Okay. Because trust me, they already have. Okay? They already have. Okay. All right. So number 3, as far as a person that's not interested, let's think about it. A person that's not interested means no contact at all. Okay. They don't ever reach out to you for anything. Okay. Now it's one thing for you to call, but if you never see them call or try to text you or try to get up with you or do things with you, that's not a good sign. No, it's not a good sign because let me tell you why. Usually that means they already have someone that they already are hanging with, or they just typically just don't want to hang with you. Okay. And you have to take that is what it is what it is. Okay. Don't even like second guess it. Don't make excuses for it. Just say, hey, this person is just not interested. Well, they're interested. They're just not interested in you. Okay. I mean, that's just how it goes. All right. And number four, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. No interest. What is the top fourth sign of no interest? They ghost you out of the blue. They disappear within thin air. It's just here today, gone tomorrow. Yeah. You don't know what happened. All you know is it was you thought it was okay. And and now let me say this. Sometimes it could be nervousness, if you really are interested. But to just disappear with no explanation, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. And that's what you got to understand. Don't take it offensive. Just say that, they just couldn't tell you verbally. So they had to physically tell you. All right. They had to physically tell you they just disappeared. So when you get ghosted, when it's just out of thin air, no explanation, like I said, you felt like the bond was there, you felt like everything was good, and then all of a sudden, poof, they just disappeared to thin air. You know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, okay, that person is ghost for good, okay? That's right. All right. So now let's get on to the last sign, guys. The last sign that a person is just not interested. Okay. They introduce you as a friend. Okay. Let's say in your mind, you're thinking that you're the boyfriend or whatever, or if your girl, same thing. And this, let's say a guy comes in and, oh, this is my friend such and such, not my boyfriend, not my fiance, not my husband. She just labels you as a friend. Now, a friend in different connotations can mean a boyfriend to a degree, but we're going to say this is my boyfriend, okay? Or this is my girlfriend, or da 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 da, okay? If they introduce you as, oh, this is, one of my buddies or X, Y, and Z, that's not good. That's not good. You know why? Because that's how she sees you. Okay. She doesn't see you as a romantic partner. She has put you in what you call the friend zone. Okay. When you're in the friend zone, I hate to say this, but there's no coming out of that. You are a friend. You are a friend, and that's how she sees you. Now, can friends become lovers? Absolutely. Absolutely. Um but there's just certain cases where we've seen, even through studies, when you get into that friend zone, it's hard to come out of that. So again, being introduced as a friend or a buddy or my my childhood friend or whatever, we're gonna say this is our man, okay, or this is my boyfriend, or this is my fiance, or X, Y, and Z. It's not gonna be this is my buddy, or this is my road dog, or any of the generic terms for like a buddy or pal or something like that. Especially if she's introducing you to other women, as a man. Same thing. That's where you have to look at. How are you being labeled? How does that person see you in the light? And how does she want you to be recognized amongst her peers? And vice versa for men to women. Is he doing that to his buddies? Hey, this is my childhood friend, or this is my buddy, or if they introduce you like that, absolutely not. No, that's not a good thing. Okay. So again, I hope this has helped some people for tonight. This is going to be our first episode on the fun and entertainment with T politics, y'all. Let's get it on. Yes, I decided, like I said, this is the fun and entertainment channel. We are going to do more and more relationships, and we're going to bug out on this station, guys. Y'all check me out on the politics, sports and politics channel, where I deal with more serious issues on that channel. That channel's been going on for about a little over a year now. But this channel, again, is going to be designated for all the sports and all, I'm sorry, for all the relationship advice, fun advice, entertainment news, anything outside of the norm is going to be covered right here. Okay. We're even going to do some music stuff. We're going to do all types of stuff on this channel. And this is what I'm hoping is going to be really, really good for all of my subscribers. Okay. So, anyway, guys, I hope y'all have enjoyed this content, and I hope this information has helped some people out there. Because, again, I'm getting a lot of emails about, people who, how can you tell if a person's not interested? How can you tell if a person is playing hard to get? Like last week, we talked about, week before we talked about how can you tell if someone is cheating? Okay, we talked about that, and then and so cover all types of stuff on this particular station, and so again, we're hoping that this is going to help someone out there in the dating arena. So anyway, let's give it up for tonight. Yes. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this content, guys, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you can, please hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any episodes every time I come on to YouTube. I will be back on next Saturday. We're going to do more relationship entertainment news. And again, I hope everybody enjoyed the rest of your weekend. Join me back on my other channel on Monday, where we get back into the politics and sports. And I'll be back on Monday at 8 p.m. dealing with the political news. And that's with sports and politics with T. All right. All right, guys. Well, everybody enjoy your day. And I will see y'all Monday at 8 p.m. Take care. Bye-bye.